Today we are not doing the regular showing of a product. I want to take you behind the Alberto scene where all the jewelry is made. We take pride in making every single item that you see in any of our collections right here in this room and in this office. Actually, the stones come in, they get sorted and scrutinized right here at this desk. Usually Alberto himself is doing that, and then it goes and gets parceled. We measure the millimeter of each stone with the gauge, the width, the height, the depth, and then we design the pieces around it. So today I wanted to take some time and show you how much time is actually put and how much effort Alberto puts into making the product that you see in our collections. I am tickled about these new gemstones that we received. This is a collection of our fancy diamonds, anywhere from cognac to chocolate to champagne. And we even were lucky enough to receive some unusual fancy shapes that we normally don't see. I actually was about to put this collection into works where Corona hit and we had to close our offices. Now ovals are a very in shape right now. It's a shape that's very much in style. Pear shapes, ovals, all the fancies. We usually don't see so many of them in the market in the color diamonds. We got a beautiful parcel of blue diamonds, which I'm so excited. We haven't had these big sizes for a while. And red, which is the rarest of all the colors. And you can see the colors go in from like a brick red, which has hints of orange to it, into a blood red, and in between. So these pieces are gonna go in production and they're gonna come to our new spring collection when hopefully we have recovered and we'll go back on the road to see you all. Another thing that I wanted to show you is this array of colorful pear-shaped sapphires. I'm always looking for everyone's feedback and ideas, so message us, let us know what do you want to see in this beautiful rainbow pear-shaped sapphires. They average 5 by 3 millimeter. So anything that you request will be done. We only have 2 sets in the whole entire office. The colors range here from green, and they go into the different shades of blue, pink sapphire, orange sapphire, yellow sapphire, and they repeat. So
what are some options that can be made with this?
I originally was thinking about some dangling earrings that shows the variety of colors, but then we can do studs that are on the ear. Actually, we can incorporate it into pendants, into rings. So let us know what your favorite is and we'll make sure to make it happen. It's all about you and your customers. When we start the designs with Alberto, the design always starts with a sketch on pencil and paper. So we always start to make a drawing, and always on a paper, traditional pencil. The design is made by hand and
very detailed.
To the detail, and it is an actual size. So we have hundreds and thousands of these designs. Many of them are made. You may recognize and have it seen in the line. Many of them are just sitting to be made and they're not done yet. This particular one that I wanted to show you is the bangle that you see, and I'm actually wearing
The finished piece.
the finished piece.
Wow.
We had 3 of these bangles. I'm wearing 2, and my friend Carol has the 3rd one.
Can you take it off so we can see really from the side view and everything how it looks compared to the sketch and true size?
So the 3 stones that we had, and these are very special stones because it's just a one long stone. So this is a one piece of a green tourmaline, and it's a concave cut. So you can see all kinds of lines in there. That's part of the characteristic of this beauty. And look at the details on the side. I just made this for myself because it's just, I love the green and I love the tourmaline. Finished gallery. And we made this from this original sketch into the reality. The other 2 stones are about the same size, maybe a little bit different in the width or a little bit different in the length, but more or less I wanted you to see what we go through to make a design. The design is always made on a piece of paper. Once it's approved, we gave this sketch to a model maker. The model maker would sit in our shop, which is right downstairs from the office, and he would make the actual drawing into a piece that is made in silver. The silver piece would look, now I don't have a bangle in front of me, but it would be a piece that is made in silver. From the silver piece, which is handmade, we would put this silver into a rubber, into a flat rubber, and the impression of the item that's made in silver goes into the rubber mold. So for each design that Alberto makes, there is a rubber mold with the impression of the original silver master model. When we have the rubber mold made, this gives us the ability to produce this item in yellow gold, white gold, rose gold, or many times combination of 2 gold colors. That's what gives us the ability to make any piece that you see in our collection in any gold color that is desired in no time, because we would come to our mold room and right away we would take the mold out, we would shoot a wax into the rubber mold, then you would get this exact impression in a wax, which would look somewhat, let's say, like this. And from the wax, when we have, let's say, a dozen of them, we would make a wax tree, and through the casting process, with extreme heat and pressure, again, the wax melts.
Just turn them so everyone can see.
Liquid gold would replace the empty space of the wax tree, which is in a chamber. And we would get a piece of a casting. The casting would be actually in gold. So now we go into a gold piece. Now we have a gold piece that we have to polish, of course, because when we get it, it's not this nice and shiny. And then whatever stone that this was designed around would be mounted on there. For example, this is another item that was kind of unfinished because of the virus. The mounting is made around this stone. So this beautiful ametrine is going to be sitting in the center of this piece, and we're going to adorn around it with diamonds and other colored gemstones. Of course, we would have to put a veil to hold it as a pendant. And look at the back, you can see everything is raw and finished here. So this, we have 2 of these ametrine pendants that are going to be ready as soon as our factory opens.
And was this design made specifically around this
Absolutely.
gemstone?
When we get a parcel of gemstone, after I spread it out like this, I would sit down and decide, okay, what stone would look better as a pendant? Which one are matching and we can do a pair of earrings of? Because earrings are always in demand, and I know everyone loves more earrings, but in order to make earrings, you need to have at least a matching pair. If we are lucky enough to find minimum of 7 to 9 stones, we can make a bracelet out of it. So the parcel of the stone that we receive is selected first for bracelets, if we want to make bracelets around it, then earrings, because they always have to match in pair. And then we would look at each individual stone and see, you know what, this one faces up looking at it, so it's better for a body jewelry, we can make a pendant out of it, or some of them may look better on rings, so we pick that for a ring. Then the sketch is made around the gemstones that we receive, and we put it into a collection. And as you know, each collection that we have is a small, limited collection. Many of the items are one of a kind. If it's not one of a kind, it will be just 1 or 2, and we always mark on our tags how many of this item was made. But from the time that we make a sketch until we get the stones, of course, and we make the mold and put it together, it takes about 3 to 4 months. And Shannon always tells me, why things take so long? Why does it take so long to make the collection? There are many different steps. This is a design, for example, that we made into a wax. This is actually for one of our favorite customers in the West Coast. And this gentleman has a collection of Alberto men's rings. He wanted a big tanzanite ring in a nugget design. So this is actually a nugget design, and he picked this tanzanite for it. So this ring is almost in a stage of being finished, but the tanzanite center is what the customer desired, and the nugget ring, he gave us an idea of what kind of nugget he wants. He wants a little opening on the sides, he wants a wide band, of course a finished gallery, and he wanted the stone to kind of be like part of this ring. He wanted the stone to belong in this ring, not that we made the ring and we put the stone on, like kind of like the stone organically grew on this ring. So this is the design that we made for him, and it is half done. So as soon as our factory opens, we'll be able to finish it and cast it in his choice of gold color. When we finish the pieces, when we want to make the pieces, sometimes, and everything is done by hand, that's another reason why it takes so long, is because everything is time consuming and everything is very, very detailed. A millimeter of size difference can make it or break it. Sometimes we can't mount it because it's a millimeter big or it's half a millimeter too small. It just doesn't look right, it doesn't feel right. When the setters are setting these stones, they use these handpiece to hold any item that they cannot hold by hand. So for example, this is a pendant that is being done with oval and pear-shaped pink sapphires. Here is a diamond bail, and we had to kind of glue it on this sticky material, which is called a shellac. We heat the shellac, it looks like a wax, bits and pieces of wax, and we heat it up on this wooden holder. So the setter would hold the shellac, the handle, he would heat up the top, and then the gold piece sticks on it, and that gives him the flexibility to hold the piece, because he needs all his arm strength to actually mount these stones on. And here are the stones that are going on this piece. You have a pink sapphire, oval ones go in the center, and then the pear-shaped ones go on the end. So, you know, everything is time consuming, and we have to be very patient if we want the collection to come out right. The colors have to be matching, the sizes have to be coordinating, the sizes have to be right for the piece to pop. So everything has to be made in a slow mode, in an efficient way, but it has to be done right. And we take pride in doing all of that. So every one of these stones, including the diamonds, will be hand mounted on this piece. And when we're done setting these stones, we heat it a little bit, the shellac loosens, and then we can take the piece out of the shellac, and it goes into the next process, which is the polishing process. I want to show you another item that we started making, but again we got distracted and we had to close due to the virus. This is a ring that was made again around this beautiful ametrine stone, and around it we are going to mount the amethyst, which is all in here. This is all my amethyst that's going to go around. We started actually to put one of them and we couldn't finish it, so it came back up without being done. But look at the sizes that we work with all day long. You know, they're very, very tiny. So if this stone, for example, is a millimeter too big or a millimeter too small, it's not going to fit into these prongs, and it will not be the right proportion, and it will not create the right look. Each one of these stones, when they are set, there is 4 little prongs. I don't know how well you can see it. It has 4 little prongs that needs to be closed to hold the stone intact and in place. And after this process, the gold needs to be lightly polished all around the prongs, and inside the shank we always stamp how many carat is the center stone that we put on there. So if it says 5.68 carats, that's exactly the stone that we put in there. Each one of these stones has to be weighed before it goes to production. That's why the production is time consuming. It's a lengthy process, but it's something that we take pride on, and we do it to make the pieces here in US. And we have a factory right down the stairs from our office. This is actually a blue diamond ring that we are making with mixes of blue and white diamond. One of our customers had it custom made, where she put her own round diamond in between the blue diamonds on one of the rows. But I decided to put a marquee diamond and alternate this top row with white and marquee diamonds. And again, the blue diamonds go on this band. So it'll be a beautiful finish once
How many
it's
bands
done.
are in this all-in-one ring?
This is a new design that Alberto made out of the old designs. This is actually 4 different rings. If you can see on the back, here is ring 1, which is just a plain twisted wire band.
Like a braided rope,
Like a braided rope, exactly. The second ring is your plain gold band with 11 stones. The third band, which is coming from underneath like a cross, is just a plain shiny gold band. And the fourth band is a twisted with alternating twist gold and gemstone.
Wow.
So we soldered these 4 bands together, and we created a brand new design.
So this is like one ring, but you're achieving the whole stack
Yes.
in just one ring. So instead of stacking different rings,
This
we're
one
doing
ring
this stack
will give
for you.
you the whole look. of the stack. Today's new technology also enables us to do many things that was done by hand on the computer now. So besides doing a lot of models on hand, like any model for any center stone that's tanzanite or bigger gemstones is still done by hand. Many of the standard sizes we're able to do it on CAD, which is a computer aided design. It's a program that enables us to do things that hand necessarily cannot do. Special undergalleries, rings that are hollow inside and look still heavy. They have the big look. Sapphires, hand can never make something in a round ball and cast it, but the computer can. I want to share with you our CAD design book. In here we have many designs that are started with from a sketch on a paper again, and they are transformed into the computer and they are made into actually it's constructed on gold, and the model is made and the piece is finished. So you can see here, for example, when we had this particular tanzanite, which is 13.5 by 7.7. It's like the most off size, but it's a beautiful gemstone. And we never care about the sizes. So we made this model around it.
And this is a virtually made piece. So it's like a virtual reality on the computer. And when this is just a printout, but when it's shown on the computer, you can turn it 360. You can see all the angles.
Exactly. And, you know, you see the finished product. You know, when we make it on the computer allows us to make the sizes bigger, smaller. We can mark all the stones that are, let's say all the stones that say 18, they're all the same size. All the orange stones are the same size. The dark purple, light purple, gray, each size is marked. So that helps us pick the right sizes when it's finished. And this is really adjustable. We use our CAD program for most of the larger stones that we do, plus anything that we have custom. And you know, many of our customers come in and they actually want what they want. They don't want to have something that someone else has. But you can see from the sketch to the drawing to the actual finished piece, this is something that Alberto takes pride in doing, and really love our CAD design, because I can always go back and find additional and new pieces to work with and to change the styles with.
Do you want to show them the flower ring that's made on CAD?
Absolutely.
Let's close this up.
There was a wax of one of these pieces. Okay, maybe later we can come back to it, and once we find it, we show it. My friend Mary, who still has to call me. Mary, if you're still out there, please call me at your convenience. I know the virus, when you've been traveling and your ring wasn't ready, and finally when it got ready, I don't know, I hope you made it back home and you call me one of these days to finalize your ring. Anyway, my friend Mary is a florist. She always wanted to have a lily ring. So actually, this drawing was made around the lily style that she likes. With the color scheme, she wanted to have rose gold with yellow gold, with some white gold, with some green, and of course lily. This was a sketch that was made on a pencil and paper. I came back to our database and I saw that we made once a lily ring. So that was the base that I used to remake her dream. And from there, this is the virtual ring that was made with her, for her on CAD.
Wow.
And you can see how little these intricate details are. We added diamond to the side, we added savorite to the leaf. one part was white gold, one part was yellow gold, and we went back and forth and managed to put in every single detail that she ever wanted to have in her ring. And this is, again, the sketch that the computer gave us. This is all the detail and different parts and million sizes that was used into making her ring, and I am happy to feature her ring today. All I need Mary to do is to call me and let me know how she wants the lily to be soldered on.
Wow, look at those details.
Does she want it facing this way? Does she want it more up? Does she want it faced out? But you can see at the intricate detail, and every single one of these stones, which is over 150 stones in this ring, was set by hand. I can tell you this size is about 0.5 millimeter. So, you know, we just sit down and we took our time, and this ring is finished. All we have to do is to find out how Mary would like to have her flower part soldered on the top and adjust the ring for her. I love to do these custom pieces, and we have done so many over the years. And today, more and more people want what they want versus what is available. I am super, super excited about this upcoming project. A lot of people want to have a picture of their children, their grandchildren, or even their lovely pets, and they want to have the memorabilia. I actually made a pendant for one of my friends whose dog passed away, and she always wanted to wear her dog. So we made a picture of her dog on her pendant, and she was very happy with it. I came up with a design that is going to come up. It's going to be seen in your stores pretty soon. We have made medallion pendants. Now these are pretty big. They're bigger than a quarter. You have a choice of having your colored gemstone around, diamond bail, or all color or all diamond. Back is fully finished, ready to be engraved with any message that you want, or you can have it plain. I'm featuring one here in white gold with sapphires and one in yellow gold with all diamonds. And in the center, you can put your favorite picture. Any picture that you send us, whether it's from your kids, your grandkids, your husband, your boyfriend, your dog, will be kind of inlaid in the center of the pendant and sealed on top with a clear coating. So it will be in color. All is needed is your favorite PDF picture, and it'll be adjusted to the side. You can wear it with your favorite chain, or you can wear it with one of Alberto chains. So I'm super excited to introduce this collection. I'm already making one with my grandchildren because I always want to remember them and wear them on my neck. And I'm making one for my good friend Kathy because she just adopted 2 sister dogs, and they're the cutest dogs that you have seen, and they're inseparable. So that's what's coming up from Alberto in the upcoming weeks.
And it comes out in color just like this. It's
Exactly.
not an engraving.
It's not an engraving. It's not a digital image. It's the actual image that our computer-aided design will adjust and will put in the center of the pendant for you. Here is another piece that I want to share with you, which I want to show you the wax. That's what I was looking for before, the back gallery. And this is the actual piece. So from the sketch to the wax to the casting that's in gold, this is a yellow gold. It will be a pendant eventually. Look at the workmanship on the back. and the design, and it took us a long time to make this. This is for my beautiful ametrine in a cushion cut. This is a substantial stone, and all around it we're gonna have these diamonds that we will have to set. I already picked it, it's all ready to go. The design is ready, and the diamonds will go on the corners, and we will have some, oh, it's stuck. And we will have some color also around it. In addition to the diamonds, we still have to add the bail for the chain to go through. And you see the back gallery needs to be soldered on. But this just shows you, you know, when you see a pendant like this at the upcoming event or in our line, it takes a long time to make these pieces. It's not like we took a piece of a gold and we just put the stone on. We spend a lot of time on the design, on creating something fresh and new from scratch, something that really enhances the stone to the max. It brings out the shape, it shows the maximum color, and that's what Alberto is about. It's not about quantity. We are not a kind of a company that makes 100 of any item or 50 of any item or even, you know, 10 of any item. Many items like this, there's going to be a handful made. Another style that I want to show you is this cushion cut. We're working on a lot of ametrines, as you can see, and this is another beautiful ametrine. Again, a big size, and again, a special cut. It's going to go in the center of this piece, which is going to be adorned with diamonds and amethyst and blue stones. So even, you know, up to the design, it's a long process. Hand setting each one of these stones is a long process. Then we have to polish it, we have to control the quality, and we have to tag it until it goes out. It's a long process. Everything takes time, but it's the strategy that we have. It's not about quantity, it's about quality, it's about uniqueness, it's about the design that goes around each piece. And Sharon, I want you to show all these molds and models that we have here, so our dear friends can see what we have, and you know, the pieces that are going to be coming up in here. You know, the design, the back gallery is separate. This happens to be a men's ring. Some of these styles are gonna come to the show, some are gonna be repeats, some are already pieces that you may have seen in the line. And you know, taking time to making beautiful jewelry is what I really, really love. I always welcome your thoughts, your ideas. So if there are things that you want to have made, there are styles that you want to see in the line, please let us know. We're a very hands-on company, and we want to have what your customers want. I think with, you know, a few of you that had special orders with us have seen how fast we can zap it out and how fast we can turn things around and make the pieces exactly the way your customers want. I need some help with this piece that we made. This piece is actually a pendant. We don't have the chain on, but it's made in yellow gold. And I want you to tell me what center would look best in this center here. We have diamonds dripping down from the bottom and the top. And just look at the back, how nicely it's finished. All finished gallery all around. And I have a couple of choices, but I want to hear your favorite on this. Another piece that I want to share with you is this stone. Again, look how skinny and how long this stone is. This is a yellow beryl. We know that beryls come in many different colors, but yellow beryl is a beautiful stone that can be worn 4 seasons with any color outfit. mean, my decorator said, anytime you don't know what color to use yellow. Yellow goes with everything 4 seasons long. And if you come to my house, you see everything is yellow because we never knew what color to use. I have a lot of yellow. So this is a beautiful warm yellow. We actually made the bezel setting basket to hold this stone because it's extremely long and narrow. We made a rope of designs. These are all single settings that are soldered around this gem, and these amethyst and green tourmaline are going to go around it. I picked all the stones, but again, I have to wait for our factory to be open. So these stones are going to go in the holes, and I'm probably going to alternate every few of them with one green just to break it up. And last but not least, this is going to be the top that's going to hold the chain. So, you know, actually it goes like this.
Wow.
This is going to be a beautiful piece, but you see this piece was separately made and set, and look how we made it in an angle in the back. Little detail that is very important for this pendant to lay straight and not flip. That's why we made the back in an angle, so you have room to put the chain in, but this angle will hold the piece flat. This was a separate piece. Each one of these was like a strip of a setting that we put around. And then again, the basket that was made for this extremely long and narrow and unusually beautiful stone. I love these unusual shapes and unusual cut. They're totally out of the ordinary. So
one of a kind.
One of a kind. And when you see this piece, you're like, oh, it's a halo. It's a, you know, it's a yellow beryl with a halo. But there's a lot of detail that's been put into this halo. It's not your normal, regular halo design. Another piece from our collection of rudelated quartz, which is really a beautiful, beautiful collection. This collection will take you day to night to weekend. You can dress it up, you can dress it down. This is a pendant. We had this unusual shape. We had a 10 millimeter round gemstone.
Just so they could see the scale.
And these are big stones. They're, by all means, they are not small. We have a limited collection of rudelated quartz. I think the center is about 15 millimeter. So we made a basket for this. And look at the level. It goes down enough for the stone to sit in it. And this round is put into a cushion kind of a setting to give it a different shape. It's not totally round. It's somewhat round and somewhat not round. And this setting was made for this stone to go in. Now our jeweler has to shave the gold around it and then kind of bend it back in to hold the stone. And last but not least, here's my diamond bail. That'll go right here. And there you go. Here's a finished piece that will carry you day to night, 24/7, and all the seasons. We're coming with a lot of versatile pieces for you because I want you to wear your Alberto jewelry, walk with it, enjoy it, not to worry about it, and it should carry you day and night. Another piece that I want to share with you is this ginormous piece. You can see it's quite big, and we had about half a dozen of these big stones that we received, the rudelated quartzes, and they're double-sided actually, so you can wear it from either side, but we decided to frame this a little different. So the framing has a little bit of an intricate design. This was made by hand on a wax, and we added little detail to kind of overlap on the stone. Instead of having a plain frame, some of them we made it different, like this. And to this, I'm going to add a versatile bail. Now these bails are going to be new. We're going to have more in our collection. So it goes on and it clips, and you can, you know, put a bigger chain on it. You can wear the pendant separate. You can use these versatile bails on many different pieces that you may have. It clicks open and closes. And I actually have a series of new chains that I received from Italy, because most of our chains, actually all our chains, are imported from Italy. So this piece is going to be adorned with one of our new chains. And these are pieces that are not expensive. They give you a big look, and really, as I've said many times, you don't need to spend a lot to own a piece of fine jewelry made with genuine stones in US, because between the colors and the price points that Alberto offers, there is something for everyone. Do we have any questions from you out there? Is there anything that you would like to talk about? Is there anything that you want to share with me on designs?
If anyone has any questions, you can leave them in the comments right now and we'll try to get to them. We did have a few though. Somebody asked, what's a staple jewelry piece that every woman should own?
Every woman should own a ring. I think rings are something that you have to have a ring. You would wear a ring. However, in the recent years, body jewelry is very popular. People wear a lot of pendants. Earrings is something that we don't see. The newest trend to me seems to be the bangle bracelet. Bangle bracelet is the newest thing. People stack a few bracelets. People wear bangle bracelets with their watch. But I think a ring is something that every woman should have. And rings by far are the fastest seller and the most popular of everything. I always think that if you wear a ring, you enjoy it because you get to look at it on your fingers, and if you wear an earring or a pendant or a body jewelry, other people enjoy it more than you do because they're always looking at it. So my personal choice is a ring.
And someone else asked, what's your personal favorite gemstone and why?
I am in love with the colored gemstones. This is a very difficult question for me to answer because I really see a life in each one of these stones. And as the times go by, we see that many mines that produce stones naturally, they're just dying and they're getting depleted. I love the gemstones. I love the colored gemstones. I love to work with them. House of Tanzanite is probably our biggest and most complete collection, but I am mesmerized with the natural beauty and variety of the tourmalines. I love the tourmalines. I love the color sapphires and how magically they have different colors and different hues. But I am in love with the colored gemstones. Any color, I think you should have one for every wardrobe. After all, Alberto jewelry is an investment. They always historically have and will go up in value. A lot of the stones that we see are from small mines that are not going to be around forever and ever. So these colored gemstones are limited opportunities for gem enthusiasts to own their favorite color. Stones that were available, 10 years ago, they're no longer available. One of a sudden we see flux of stones coming in certain colors. Doesn't mean they're going to be available all the time. So get your favorite gemstone while they last, and believe me, each stone and each color is a limited opportunity.
Where do you find inspiration?
I find a lot of inspiration from nature, actually, from everywhere that I go, from just thinking, and a lot of it comes to my mind when I'm at the gym in the morning. Usually that's where I think, oh, what about these stones, what about that design? So a lot of it comes from nature. I'm always open to listening what our associates out there are looking for, what our fans are requesting. The designs usually come to me early in the morning. Me and Alberto design the pieces around the gemstones that we receive, and a lot of it comes after everyone leaves the office. That's the time that I sit down and I put all the gemstones in front of me, and I'm like, Mark, this would make a beautiful pair of earrings, or I want to see a pendant in this. But anything that we make, I like to show it to people in the office. Not everything that we design is made. A lot of it remains in, sketches. But this year, for example, we went back to our books and we made things that we had drawn several years ago. So designs are things that come to you, and the designs that we have are timeless because they all have a precious gemstone that will last forever. So they're kind of a classic, but with a twist.
We have a lot of questions about your bangles, especially the morganite.
Oh my goodness. The morganite I'm modeling today, this was made on CAD, and believe me, this was a heck of a job to make on CAD. I think we had to print it at least 3 times in order to get it right, because it was a very big model and physically it would not fit in the chamber. This base is available, and the stone that goes on top is custom. I happen to like this long elongated pink morganite on this, but we can put any other stone in there because the model is without the center stone. The center stone, as you can see, is handmade around a gold wire separately. What I like about this bangle is that it has a hinge on one side.
Oh, great.
And this was all handmade in our factory. It's the very first one that we made with this hinge. It took me a long time to figure out how to have it and how to assemble it on this bangle, but we can make it for you if it has its weight in gold and diamonds. It's a timeless piece. I love it that I can just slide it on.
So easy.
Gives me a big look instantly, and I can take it off. Don't worry about the lock or the safety catch or any of this. And I made this in rose gold, but of course with different styles. It can be made in other gold colors as well as other gemstones.
Love that. Another question we got is there a collection or piece you found to be the most challenging or most rewarding and meaningful to make?
The most challenging collection was by far the Alexandrite collection. As you know, Alexandrite comes in very small sizes. I mean, the first Alexandrite that we sold was at one of your stores. It was about a $7,000 sale. Our customer took it down the mall to another jeweler. They happened to walk in and they showed them that they just bought an Alexandrite, and the jeweler said, "What are you talking about? There is no genuine Alexandrite. You just bought a brown quartz." So furiously, the couple comes back to the store and said, "Well, we just took this down the street and they said this cannot be an Alexandrite. This is just a quartz." So we had to show them, you know, the certificate. And of course, this gemstone has been extinct for many, many years, and it was just available. Alexandrite, Paraiba tourmaline, which is the newest gemstone that we're working with, are available in very small sizes. The mines, just Mother Nature does not produce these stones in bigger sizes. The challenge is what to make with these small precious gems that will look substantial, because they are quite expensive. They're expensive gemstones, and you want to make these small gemstones look big without taking away from the beauty of the center stone. So making the Alexandrite collection and the Paraiba collection was by far challenging, but I'm very happy that I was able to make it, because I love the challenge. Any stone that you give me, the design will come, and it'll come out right, and it really enhances the stone to the maximum.
We also have people asking if there's any new men's collection or any new Alexandrite collections.
Men's is something that we are working with all the time. The challenge that I have with our men's collection is the gold weight, because I feel when a man picks up a ring, they want to feel the weight of the gold. But between the gold weight, the finished gallery, and the cost of the gemstone, we also have to finish it in a price point that is saleable and affordable. So we are working on new collection of men's, and what I am looking to is to have the solid outside and somehow make the inside hollow. I do have some models that are in process. I don't know if Shannon can find it in the men's model box, and maybe I can share them with you. But men's jewelry is something that we're working with. Mostly we've had a lot of men's. Moving forward, I also want to have a collection of men's slide-on bracelets as well as pendants. That's what we are working with. The challenge is to finish it in the price point that your customers like. This tray actually is our men's collection, and what I'm talking about with the hollow is that, for example, look at this ring. This is a big men's ring. This is one of the newer ones that we actually made. So the inside is empty, but we're gonna finish it with an open gallery to make the gold weight more light. So this honeycomb piece, which I cannot take out because it's stuck inside. Let's see if I can move it out. So this is the inside of the ring. We try to keep it light, but you know, in this substantial size, this is going to be quite heavy. But at least I'm going to put a honeycomb gallery in there, which is going to be open, but this will help make the weight more light, because gold is so expensive now. So that is a new concept that we're using with our men's rings. Versus, you know, the older men's rings, they would all be, you know, solid. So the whole thing would be gold. But with the new rings, we have finished galleries that are open, and we still try to keep the gold light. Price point, I think, is the most challenging variable in the men's. Also, a lot of modern designs are coming out. For example, this ring. This is a band that's square. It's not your normal round. You can see the edges. It has its weight in gold. And the center, there's going to be only one diamond or one colored gemstone or one black diamond. Two-tone. is another thing that's gonna be coming out. You may have seen this piece in our line. So here's the shank, which is gonna be one color, and then the top, this happens to hold the trillion stone. We did this with a tourmaline, but it can be other gemstones and other shapes, but the shank will be one gold color and the top will be another gold color.
I love that.
So a lot of new and upcoming styles, a lot of band designs will be coming up. The challenge is to make it affordable and available with the challenging gold prices. And historically, nothing has come down in value, so you can imagine everything only goes up in value with the men's rings and men's jewelry.
Okay, awesome. I don't think we have any other questions for today.
Well, I want to thank everyone for taking the time to joining us live. Message us, email us. What do you want the next live chat to be about? What do you want us to show? I hope that today you enjoyed and you had some fun looking at the back room of Alberto. Love you all and be safe. Hope to see you all very soon. Thank you so much for joining us today.